here's going to be the premise of this show today. If we're on a rebuild, anyone that's been a part of a team where the elder statesman on the team got the minutes because he was a junior or senior.
Senior, right.
Okay, once you've determined it's another rebuild, have we agreed that this is another rebuilding year?
Okay, yeah.
Best case scenario, let's just say a 100% best case scenario, we win 7 football games. It's still a rebuild.
Right.
Agree with that?
Yeah.
Unless the player in front of the young guys are way better, why should they be playing many plays?
Well, and I brought that up to Andy yesterday, or actually we were talking about teetering on when the locker room would change. I think this week you got a bye week to try to get things turned in the right direction as far as a win. If you can somehow pull out a win in Missouri, then you got something to build for going toward maybe having a chance at 6 wins in a bowl game. If the Mizzou win falls off and you get a loss, then I'm on the boat with you. I think a lot of these Riddicks and a lot of guys that are young guys, put them in there and let them play. Let them young ones get the experience.
Because I don't see much of a benefit of not.
No, it's not.
And I do. If I am, again, buying into a rebuild, let me see the guys that I'm rebuilding with.
Right.
Like, I don't need to see Lewis out there.
No.
Okay? I don't mind Lewis. He's fine. He's a fine football player.
Right.
I don't need to see Sam Jackson. Do you think Sam Jackson's better than any of the other options at Auburn at receiver?
No, and they're making it obvious as well because we keep running Malcolm out there. We keep running Cam out there. We ran Perry out there for a few plays the other day. If Robert and Sam and all those guys were better options, they'd be running them out there.
It's kind of my point. And, look, Peyton Thorne may be the very best option. Yeah. I don't think he's played poorly. I think he's made some poor decisions, and I think the communication with offensive coaching staff, including Hugh Freeze, has been poor. The 4th and 1, there's no excuse for that.
Right.
Y'all beat that like a dead horse yesterday, and everybody in the national news has beat that one. So I'm not even going to waste our time here with this today because we've all listened to a dozen podcasts break that down. But I do think, watching what I've seen so far, that he does give us the very best chance to win football games moving forward. The others, I don't see it. DeMarcus Riddick, do you think any of those linebackers we're throwing out there, and I am including Asante in there, is more dynamic than DeMarcus Riddick?
No, other than they're just true experience for the game because there'll be some fronts thrown at them from offensive linemen. And
but we're rebuilding.
Rebuild, yes. Now, if you take that out and we are true rebuilding, then yes, player for player, DeMarcus ought to be played.
Hugh Freeze asked in Birmingham quarterback club yesterday, what are you doing on the off week? They've got 3 practices, understandable, going to take some time off, fall break. He's recruiting. He's on the road recruiting. He's not at practice on Monday. I'm totally for that. He's out there rebuilding the product that he knew that he bought into. He's going to have to go and rebuild. He's going to have to be on the speaking circuit. He's going to have to do these things that are expected for Auburn to get into the recruiting numbers that we all want it to be, which is going to be consistent top 10 classes to get back in the thick of things.
Right.
So I'm all for that. But again, the whole storyline is we all knew this was a rebuild.
Right.
If we all know it's a rebuild, I don't need to see a transfer senior on the defensive line playing. I want to see Malik Block